Out here well before the top of the hour. We give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime gaming. That's what we do here on the Drive Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Play. So let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, we got Alex Smart with us, Jay Briggs, Big Al McMordie. Millz will sign in momentarily. We got Wayne with us, Wade Scott, and out in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Tony Brown, and here's how they'll line up for this evening. It will be Smart, McMordie, Brown, Young, Briggs, Scott, and then I will close this one out. All right, just a single game from Major League Baseball. We got the Cubs, Marlins rained out. We'll see what the makeup date is. So no, we'll just have one game from Major League Baseball tonight. We have a pick from it, that game here as well. 6 games from the NHL as we're looking to wrap up the regular season tonight. We have a couple of 4 games scheduled already now in the Eastern Conference. Series here, Game 1 series in the Eastern Conference. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. We do have some NBA games scheduled Saturday and Sunday and Friday as well. So we're going to have coverage here for you guys from the NBA game tomorrow. We'll have some series odds, and we'll also have a game for you on Saturday or Sunday, I believe it was. Maybe Sunday it is. But let's get the show underway. Let's welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Alex in right now. Ready to roll. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing, Tony? There's a popular play on board tonight, and you can see a lot of money sort of moving in the way of the San Francisco Giants and the Arizona Diamondbacks in their game this evening. Logan Webb gets a lot of respect. I mean, I guess overall he deserves it. On the flip side, though, San Francisco's really had a problem this year. They're 8-11. They're still stumbling. This is just one of those events that I really see that we have some value with a team, Arizona, that can light things up. They can get things going quickly. And even Logan Webb and all the respect he gets, it doesn't really matter. It's what happens here tonight. And there's just too much value here. My perceived value on this is way off. I wouldn't say way off from what the lines makers are saying, but I would say that we have, let's just say, a good 10 cents in value here. And for me, that's enough to take Arizona. I'm going to take Arizona with Brian Nelson tonight.
All right, we have Alex here on the Arizona Diamondbacks here, plus the 139 here against the Giants. Ryan Nelson has had success here against the San Francisco lineup. Matter of fact, team record 3-0 last year, pitched well there in San Francisco. And the Giants, with the bats, they've had those struggles there in their home ballpark and with San Francisco.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking at just about everything here. It's just a team that, we have, sometimes we make the mistake, and I'm not saying we as a whole, sometimes us Major League Baseball bettors, we have this tendency of looking at a pitcher and saying, okay, domination, respect. And that's not always the situation. You have to really look at, this from a 5D situation. And to me, really, we've got some value here all the way through this entire matchup, everywhere from even, a team like Arizona that can hit righties well, and a team that, like I said, can light it up in a hurry. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Arizona here as viable underdogs, and let's try to cash a ticket.
Yep, can't argue that one there at all. I mean, you kind of look at Nelson, how his pitching success here has been against the Giants overall, and I prefer the lineup here for Arizona, and San Francisco's had struggles producing runs at home this year. D-backs plus 139 here against the Giants tonight, 9:45 Eastern Time. This is your only game from Major League Baseball with the Cubs Marlins. Raining out. All right, let's just take a look over. This is it. That's why all the money's coming on. That's why there's a lot of money moving here. It's the only game on the board tonight.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the only board, and that's the only board. That's the only play I've got up for the night too, because my game was rained out. My one selection from today, so. Or it looks like it's rained out. It's either postponed or rained out. I can't see it to be announced.
Yeah, it looks like. I show postponement here, so I don't know the details of everything. I don't think there's. We're in mid-May. I don't think snow. I don't think we're getting snow now, but we'll see. But
it is Chicago.
It is Chicago. You never know. All right, guys. Alex, as you see here, man, he's been on an absolute tear. 4,436 units of profit, 2024 document over at Pick Dogs Premium. Alex has just been on an absolute tear. We're at perfect time now to get those long-term passes, Alex. You're doing great work here. NBA, NHL, all sports combined. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight, like I said, there's really nothing going on. I'm going to have a lot of NBA action over the next 3 days or so, and we've got obviously some more Major League Baseball. Hopefully, that doesn't get rained out, and some NHL hockey as we move forward here. And we still have a lot of action left on the board before we move into the dog days of summer. And I think we're going to be doing some WNBA this summer, if I'm not mistaken, too. So there's a lot of action. Long-term packages are still a viable way to save money and get everything that I release over a month or even over 3 days. Join me for 3 days. Test me out. Let's see how we make out.
That's right, guys. Getting aboard here with the Alex Smart over at Pick Dog Cream. We see the great results from Alex here for 2024. 4,436 units of profit. No better time now to get the 1 month All Sports Pass. All of Alex's premium plays for 30 days. Of course, that'll cover you NBA Plus in at least the first 2 rounds of the NBA and NHL playoffs, as well as Major League Baseball for that time period as well. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Multi-cap promotions also available. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you again on the show next week. And we always see you as well on some of the weekend shows.
Yeah, and as far as I was gonna say too, in case I don't show up on the weekend show, I wanted to tell Jay, good luck to Dallas.
All right.
It's quite a series. Since the Clippers get absolutely no respect, Jay's giving them no respect either. But anyway, I understand.
That's right. So Alex plays at value. No one respects him. So he sees value on the other side. I think they're butting heads there. We'll find out more a little bit on Saturday if they cross paths. They might cross paths on Saturday, so that'd be an interesting conversation. Jay hosting.
Yeah, that would. I wanted to ask a quick question. Have you heard more about Leonard since you're in the LA area? Is there anything that I should know? Or
well, the thing with the Leonard is basically the Clippers are saying one thing, but we can't trust them because of what happened last year. See, nobody trusts what the word is coming from the Clippers because they weren't truthful last year about Leonard. So basically, it's a swollen knee. We expect him to play, but again, we got that. They shoveled us some BS last year, and he missed the playoffs. So no one trusts the Clippers.
Nobody respects them. Nobody trusts them. Lots of value.
They don't trust. They don't trust what comes out of that organization. There's no trust. So
they've got a good coach, though.
They have a good coach. He's aging by the minute over there, trying to manage these people. Lou is doing the best he can with what he has. I have a lot more respect for Lou for his work with the Clippers than I've ever had, and I'm just seeing how he's kind of tried to deal with this mess he has over there, but. Although they got better ownership, I will say that. I was around the Clippers with with the bad ownership, so it was a joke over there. But now it's with the better ownership, it's doing better. But this cast of characters, man, it's a challenge to manage these guys, if you could imagine. Yeah. Especially when you got a player who likes to go to Vegas on his day off. So that makes it tough.
Yeah. We won't even go there.
We'll go there. All right, Alex, have a great night.
Take care. Have a great weekend.
You as well. Alex Smart here on the drive. We'll continue on. Hey guys, chat pick a day will come back next. We'll come back tomorrow, right? There's just not enough volume on the board to have a chat pick of the day, but we'll bring that back again on Friday when we have volume, right? We're gonna have a full card here from Major Baseball. There'll be no NHL, but we'll have some NBA, so we'll have some volume. All right. Speaking of NBA, let's bring in Big Al McMordie. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Cream. The Friday play-in game here for the 8th seed. We'll get coverage from Big Al there. Big Al, what's happening?
Hi, Tommy. Not much. Just enjoying the light schedule today.
Yes, enjoying the light schedule indeed. We'll get Big Al here. It won't be this game, but it'll be the next one. So let me go ahead and pull it up here on the board here. This is the one Big Al will be looking at. Bulls and Heat going head-to-head here tomorrow in the play-in for the 8th seed. We've got the Heat favored 2, total 205.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a game where the loser gets eliminated. And when you take a look at NBA games where both teams were facing elimination, so whether it was a playoff game or a play-in round game, these type of elimination games have significantly gone under the total over the last 34 years. They're 71, 53, and 2 under the total, so 57.2%. So that's the primary reason I like this Miami-Chicago game to go under. Then you also throw in the fact that Miami has now gone under 33 of its last 53. It's also gone under in 8 of its last 10 playoff games. Of course, this isn't technically a playoff game, but you know what I mean. And then Chicago has gone under in 10 out of its last 12 postseason games. So I'm going to take this under the total.
Yeah, under the total. I'm showing 209.5, 208.5. There's 205 here, the sharpest book in the world. So there's a lot of line variance right now. The status, when I looked into this one, the status with Caruso, he is listed as questionable, but when you read the tea leaves, when you read the media reports, it sounds more like doubtful. He has a significant sprain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any. All I see are 205s and 205 and a halves, although GT, that must be a stale line. GT Bets has it at 209 and a half. There's no way. So,
all right. So
yeah, it's 205,
205. Yeah, I'm showing in my line service 209 and a half. So,
yeah, that's a. I mean, sometimes with line services, as you know, you get the stale lines where the sports book didn't update it, and it just kind of,
Yeah. So
it's wrong.
The one I'm noticing that these guys are asleep at the wheel. The one that I'm using for this one, but 205. And I know it's because of the news on Caruso, because listed as questionable, when you read into it, it sounds like a significant sprain there to his ankle.
Yeah, and I also think just the fact that it is, as I mentioned, an elimination game. I mean, you see also the the New Orleans Sacramento game coming down as well.
Yep, and that's the case here. All right, Big Al here on the Bulls Heat. Going under 205 is pretty much the line now. And, of course, tomorrow's action from the NBA. All right, Big Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium for nice action. Very, one baseball game, a few on the ice, but we're heading into a huge weekend of NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, of course, all the huge cards from baseball. You can take a look here with Big Al, combined NHL and NBA. 3,118 units of profit. That's a monster performance from Big Al, especially as we hit the postseason. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Well, we won our baseball play again today. Had a nice winner on the Cleveland Guardians. Nice underdog situation there. I don't release a lot of plays early in the baseball season, so I got started a couple days ago. So I'm 2-0 so far this baseball season. I'll have a play. I've already actually released it for Friday, actually, but that's only going to subscribers. It's not going to be for sale individually. I do have a UFL, a United Football League, play in my non-division game of the month. That goes Saturday. That is up for sale at Pick Dogs Premium. I've cashed 62% of my spring football plays the last 3 years, so don't miss that. And then I'll have, I'll probably tonight load some NBA for Saturday and maybe Sunday as well. And I'm going to have hockey as well on Saturday. So that's what I've got going on, Tony. And if folks want to join, just go to the Pick Dogs and team me up with one of the other champion handicappers on the 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 handicapper special.
Yeah, multi-capper promotions, guys. Remember that 1 month pass covers you nearly 2 rounds of the NBA playoffs here with that 1 month $30 sports pass, all the baseball, spring football in there as well. And of course, Big Al, you have a special service for those big bettors out there.
Yeah, if folks want to text Big Al to 775-636-7676. You can join our All Access program. You get all of my plays. They're rated 10 down through 1. You also get additional plays that are not on the premium side. And then you can ask me about any game of your choosing. You can text me at 10 at night. I'll be around. I'll get right back to you, within seconds. And it is 24/7. It's All Access. So you have anything I can do for you 24 hours a day. All you have to do is ask.
There you go, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie. Make the call or text. All right, Big Al, as always, great having you show. Have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you on the drive-thru next week. But, of course, we can catch your All Access video series. And, of course, you're around for those weekend shows.
Yeah, Eric and I just recorded 4 videos for this week's games. So those hopefully will be uploaded by tomorrow. I actually, Tony, sorry, it's spring break with the kids, so I'll be gone Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll catch up with you in 2 weeks.
Catch up with you in 2 weeks. Enjoy the time with the family, Big Al. And
thanks, Tony. Have a great time as well.
You as well. Big Al McMordie here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on our show, guys. As we continue here, no chat pick of the day today, just not enough volume on the board. We'll bring chat pick tomorrow where there's more volume. And games that are NHL games, there's only a couple of meaningful games, and even so, I still think they're one-sided. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. We are going to bring up next here Tony Brown. I mean, in fact, we're covering one of the hockey games anyway, so one of the meaningful games. And actually, this is the meaningful game. I don't think much of that Kings Blackhawks games because the Vegas game goes up ahead of the King game. So let's go ahead and bring in Tony Brown. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge Prim. We'll bring him in right now. I think we'll be set to roll here. Let's get Tony Brown from Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's perfect. This is the good time to go, the springtime. And we'll get him in here in just a second. let's see. I just went too far on my board. We got lots of cappers. We'll be adding a new capper to the show soon. Let's bring him in, Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
Tony T, what's going on out there?
Going great. All right, here we go. NHL here for tonight. It's not this game. I got to move the chains here, but we know what we're going to be talking about here. Is a team out your way, Las Vegas Golden Knights hosting the Ducks. This game does have some meaning for a third place in the Pacific. Golden Knights 364, total 6.5.
Yeah, we already clinched the playoff spot, but this game definitely has some meaning. And if we win this game, we actually get to play the Oilers in the first round, and that's the team that we eliminated last year in the playoffs. So that'll be a very good position for us. Not saying it's the same team or, we're going to get the same result, but I feel much more comfortable playing the Oilers than the number one team in the West and the Dallas Stars. So that's going to be a very hard uphill climb, and that's what would happen if we lose and the Kings, which we assume are going to beat the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks outside of the San Jose Sharks have been the worst team in the NHL. They're playing for absolutely nothing. So we're just going to assume the Kings are going to win that. So a loss right here to the Ducks would absolutely put us on the road against Dallas, and that's not what we want. Vegas turned it on at the right time. We're going into the playoffs red hot. We're on a nice little 4-game win streak, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No need to lay that heavy juice. 364, that's ridiculous. No need to lay that heavy juice. The Ducks are going to win. I mean, the Ducks aren't playing for anything. The Knights are playing for something. We're at home. It's the last home game of the season. The crowd's going to be fired up. We win this game by at least 2 goals or more. So take the Golden Knights on the puck line and get this one done.
Yep, usually fan appreciation night at the end of the game. Usually the team or the coach gets on the microphone, salutes the crowd, and a lot of giveaways. So it's a good festive atmosphere here. And I can tell you from the Kings' perspective, they are rooting for the Golden Knights because the Kings don't want nothing to do with the Oilers.
Right. I mean, literally, it was just like the Lakers situation when you don't want to back into the playoffs, but did we really want to play Denver? Who knows? The Kings, the Oilers are you guys' kryptonite. They definitely don't want to see them, so they hope we get this one done and they can take care of business and we all get in the playoffs and get the matchups we wanted.
Yeah, because the Kings don't want to lose to the Blackhawks in front of their fan appreciation tonight. So they're appreciating very much the Golden Knights take care of business because they took the loss against the Wild to put themselves in this position to avoid the Oilers.
Yeah, for sure. And no one wants to lose to the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks and the Sharks, again, I've been saying this. I've been on the show for a while. I'm never trying to dog a professional athlete. I know they're better than me, but those are the worst hockey teams I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like these dudes. It's like it's usually when it's something wrong with a team like that, it can be fixed. But these guys can't skate, they can't score, they can't stop anyone. They're not aggressive, they don't check, they lead the league in penalty. Like everything's wrong with them, and they have 19 and 23 wins. They got 40 something wins combined. Like that's ridiculous, bro. So yeah, no one's losing to the Blackhawks or the Sharks this year.
I've never seen hockey in this state where you've had this mediocrity there in the West for the non-playoff teams. I mean, forget the Wild. I'm going to talk about the Pacific Division. When you got teams like the Ducks, like the Sharks, these are teams that have just looked so terrible. The Arizona Coyotes, they've had their moments, but they've been pretty much a downtrodden team. Flames recently, but it's just been kind of pathetic here in the West with some of these Pacific Division teams at the bottom.
I mean, and then why can't we? It just seems like the terrible luck in the draft. Look where all the number 1 draft picks are going. Austin Matthews went to Toronto. This new kid just went to Chicago. Like the next kid is gonna go. It's like the East are gobbling up the best players, and then they're turning the franchises around. And I'm talking about all the way back since Sidney Crosby went to Pittsburgh and Alexander Ovechkin went to Washington. Like, we need some stars to come to the West.
Well, you know what? The Ducks have been bottom dwellers for a long time now, so they're due more than.
And then think about it though. When's the last time they were good? When Teemu Selanne was leading the Ducks. You know what I mean?
Was it. That was it.
You need some star power out there, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's something to do with those Anaheim crowd or that franchises out there, man. I don't know what it is. From the Angels to the and even SoCal, I'll throw San Diego in there. There's even talk the Aztecs, San Diego State Aztecs having trouble. That new coach over there from Colorado, Sean Lewis, having trouble recruiting because they don't know if they can support the NIL in San Diego. So there's a lot of issues with that city. But now we move into Orange County here with this issue here. But anyway, Tony Brown liking VGK.
Imagine though, could you imagine being the second fiddle in your city? Like the Ducks will never be the Kings.
No.
The Clippers will never be the Lakers. San Diego State will never be UCLA. You know what I mean? And like that's why these programs aren't good. They're playing second fiddle to not just average teams, to some franchise leading, you know what I mean? Some of the biggest franchises worth billions in the history of sports. And then there's the Clippers, and then there's the Ducks, and then there's San Diego State. So it's going to be hard for them for a while, as it's been historically.
Yep, very popular radio personality out there, Hacksaw, just hammering the city today. I was watching a little bit of his stuff, just hammering the city about not voting, not dealing anything with the NIL. All right, here we go here. J-Man thinks the Blackhawks dead today? Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I don't think the Kings want to lose to the Blackhawks on Fan Appreciation Day, because the Kings have very good loyal fan bases. We've known the Kings even back in the lean days. They were able to at least get 12,000 a night in that stadium, whether they play at the Forum or at Staples or Crypto.
Yeah, the Kings have one of the best fan bases because it's easy to have fans when you're winning. The Kings, ever since they won that championship, they kind of been going through struggles, but they're going to be packed out every night. Like in LA, that's the thing to do, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like going to Laker games, going to Kings games. Even when the Lakers had Nick Van Exel and them and we were winning 12 and 11 games, people love the teams in LA. You know what I mean? So people always talk about the loyalty of the fan base because they show up late. That's an LA thing, too. We don't like first quarters, you know what I mean? But they're going to show up for sure.
Yeah, the traffic, too, man. It's tough. Tough to get around here on the traffic. All right, Tony Brown here, VGK puck line, going to lay the goal in half here against the wingless Ducks. And this one tonight will have a start time here, 10 Eastern time. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Premium. We know it's a lean board today. A 6 on the board from the NHL. We do have that one single from Major League Baseball. Tony Brown enjoying a really good baseball season. But before you know it, man, here come all the playoffs. NBA, NHL on the weekend. We still have some 2 play-in round games tomorrow here from the NBA. Of course, we'll have those big volume days from Major League Baseball again tomorrow. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, I only had 2 plays on today's board, and one of them got rained out in the MLB. We had the Cubs game. I also have a play, though, in the excuse me. I also have another play in the NHL tonight. It's a pretty big play, so you can get that. Both of these plays were my best plays of the month. It was my MLB play of the month in that Cubs game. Unfortunately, it got rained out. And then this is going to be my NHL play of the month. So you can get that play over there at pickdogs.com, or you can go ahead and grab that VIP year special. That's the best thing going. You just mentioned it. The NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs are going to be going simultaneously. The full MLB season, plus they have playoffs and a World Series. And everything that you get in between, a full 365 days of play. So that's going to carry into next year's football, the whole 9. It's not a season pass. It's a VIP year. Every single sport I release from every league, all season, 365 days for one low price.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Tony Brown over at Pick Dodge Premium. You see the great results in baseball. No better time to get on the long-term pass. So get on board. Use the promo code Pick a checkout. You'll save that 15% off VIP when you're all sports pass. Also in play. Great value there from Tony Brown. And get on board with Tony, and you'll be set to roll. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week over here on the show.
All right, I always appreciate being here, and I'll see you guys on next week.
See you next week. Tony Brown here on the Drive Thru. All right, we'll continue here on our show, guys. If you ever miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. All right, I guess that news here that Millz is sick, will not be on the show today, so let's continue here on the Drive Thru. We'll bring in Jay in here. You'll catch Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. You'll also catch him here in the mornings here, as he's here during the week here, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Also host the weekend show, Jay's Jam Session from the NBA. Here, let's get wrapping up here for the playoffs. So we'll bring Jay in right now, ready to roll with coverage from the NBA. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening, my man?
Things going great. All right, here we go, Jay. We're going to the NBA playoffs here. You're going to come in with a series price here, as we're going to be looking at this, the Dallas Mavericks and LA Clippers.
Hey, man. Say, man. Short, sweet, simple. Fuck the Clippers, respectfully. Taking my Mavs, man, money line for the series, minus 130. I'm sorry. I should have gave you guys this earlier. You know, it was plus money for so long last week. I should have gave it to you guys earlier. I did get in at plus money. Me and Costi did it. I think we got in at plus 130 on the Mavs. The reason the series price has changed, not because many people have changed their mind on the Mavs, but because of the injury news to Kawhi Leonard. if he missed 1 or 2 games, in my opinion, it's not even a question. Now, my Mavs, you see, they're favored game 1 in Los Angeles. I think they win game 1. I really do. The Mavs have been the best road team in the NBA for most of the season, ATS-wise at least. When they're a road favorite, they cash all the time. The best road favorite in the NBA. I wish I had the number here, but off the top of my head, it's like 16-2. It's like something crazy. So I think we, with Luka and Gafford, since the All-Star break, since the trade deadline, the Mavs have been one of the best teams. When Luka and Gafford have started, the Mavs are 21-2. This team, I know this is my favorite team. I know a little bit of this sounds like fandom, but I honestly believe wholeheartedly the Mavs are going to kick the crap out of the Clippers. If you want a series exact games, I say 4-1 Mavs. I think the Mavs win it in 5. Win game 1. Clippers may win game 2, and then Mavs win 3, 4, 5, just like that. You got to remember, Kawhi's the only person in Los Angeles that has gotten it done in the playoffs. Without him, Harden, no hardware. Russell Westbrook, no hardware. Paul George, no hardware. So it's these guys over the hump, especially if Kawhi's going to miss any time. The Mavs, double playoff revenge. And now Luka has the best sidekick he's ever had. The best player in that Luka had in that last series against the Clippers the past 2 seasons was Tim Hardaway Jr. Go back and look at the numbers. Go back and watch those series. It was Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr. is maybe the 6th or 7th best player on this Mavs team. The Mavs are vastly improved. I think they're really, really good. I think they're poised to go on a deep playoff run. I think this first playoff series against the Clippers is quick work, easy work. Late.
All right, Jay says late here with the Mavericks, minus 130 here against the Clippers. I really think the Clippers are going to be going all in next year. I think they're going to that new arena. They're putting a lot of money into it. They're doing a lot of things around this the old Forum now, and I think really what the ownership has their eye on is next year, because they're going to have their own place. And I really think the pressure to win, the pressure to have a good postseason success will be heavier next year as they're trying to fill up a new arena and trying to get people to drive out near the airport where they move over. You've not been around, I think, when the Lakers played back in the Forum days. It was always by the airport. There's a lot of, I don't know if you've been to LA, but there's a lot of traffic in that area, man. It is, people going in and out of LAX. It's a lot of traffic in that area. It's tough to get to. Not the greatest neighborhood, nearest downtown LA, but still, it's a longer drive for most people. But I really think the Clippers are trying to aim toward next year when they move to that new arena.
That wouldn't surprise me. Like you said, they are going all out. They did a full-blown redesign on the jerseys, on the logo and all. So, and honestly, I think next year's team isn't going to be the team. Isn't probably going to look anything like this team looks. I wouldn't be surprised if they got beat here in the first round and, made a couple moves with some of the All-Stars that they have. I wouldn't be surprised if a few desperate teams wanted a guy like Harden, or Harden wanted to go man his own team again after falling short like he always does, or, just plenty of things could go wrong here with the Clippers like they always seem to do. I guess today's theme was just beat up on the Clippers, because I heard Tony Brown kind of beating up on them as well. Hey, until they give us reason to show us that they're not the Clippers, they're still the Clippers. And I think my Mavs.
And that's why Bannon is putting all this money into this new stadium redesign. The stadium, it's not a new stadium, it's a redesign, taking that old Forum and turning it into something really nice. We saw what this sphere looks like. I think sometimes he's getting some ideas like that. This is going to be some fan experience. And I get it. He's got the money to do it, but he is going to really go all out here to give a stadium experience.
I'm interested to see what it looks like, and how it is. That wall, I want to see what that's about. I think it's going to be very interesting, and we'll see if it creates a home court advantage. Like you said, it's something like we haven't seen in sports. We'll see if it pays dividends or kind of wasted his money. We'll see.
We'll see how it rolls. That's true. That will try again. You got to change the outlook of this team. Trying to change the image. They'll also push advertising dollars down. They'll be on television. They'll be more friendlier with the media. Not this stuff we got last year with the the media did not like what he did with what they did with that Kawhi situation, right? It just misled everybody thinking he was going to play. But we'll see how that rolls. But next year, I think they're going to do a complete facelift for this organization. It's what they need: their own arena and a new look Clipper team that's going to try and draw dollars, advertising dollars into their arena, and they're going to sell everybody on that arena. But I know we'll probably talk a little bit tomorrow about the Saturday games, but today, let's look at some of the Sunday games. Clippers and the Mavericks here. We see the Mavs going to be laying 2. You like the Mavericks here in this one, the total 23.5.
I do. I think, again, I think they win game 1. Clippers' best chance out of winning the series, I think, is game 2. Outside of that, I think it's a Mavs-dominated series. So I think the Mavs being favored in this game tells you everything you need to know.
Yep, the favorite there, no doubt about that. Jay, looking at this Mavericks Clipper game, he's liking the Mavericks there to win this series, for them to steal game 1. We're still waiting to see who the Celtics opponent is going to be. Right, Celtics are going to play the winner of the whoever they win. They're going to probably pound in game 1. Right, it'll be double digits.
Yeah, it's either going to be Miami or Chicago. You know, that injury to Jimmy is huge. You know, he's going to be out. With him, hey, we've seen Miami give Boston fits. I know Mitch is not on this show, so I can give Miami a little praise. But you know, he be having some points about his Miami Heat, about when they go up against the Boston Celtics. But without Jimmy, it's going to be really tough. You know, I don't know if Tyler Hero is going to be the guy to kind of lead them. So we'll see how it shakes out. That should be a Celtics first round series.
Yeah, we'll see if it's Heat and Celtics. Probably be, I don't know if it'll approach double digits, but remember, Celtics will have a little rust. Some of these teams that avoided the play-in round will be a little rust. We'll see, but I think they prefer the health right now. You never know with that situation how it goes with the Celtics. But we talked about the Mavericks Clippers. Also scheduled here game 1. Of course, there's some news here with the issue to Giannis. We see the Pacers are favored on the road in game 1 of this series, total 232.5 on Sunday.
Hey, the Pacers have dominated the Bucks low-key this season. Or not dominated. Hold on, let me do a quick double check.
Well, they knocked them out of the in-season tournament, cost them a chance at $500,000.
Yeah, 4-1 it is. So I know off the top of my head. Yeah, the Indiana Pacers have dominated the Milwaukee Bucks this season. So I'm not surprised to see them favored. I'm really not. Even with Giannis, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers really, really, really competed here in this series. A lot of people think this is a foregone conclusion for Milwaukee. I don't think so. Remember, Milwaukee is one of 2 teams to be the 1 seed and get bounced by an 8 seed. That happened just last year. So I think this Indiana Pacers team, many people probably didn't watch a lot of Pacers games this season. I think a lot of people think they're a one-trick pony with Tyrese Halliburton. It's not the case. It's not the case.
It's not a
really good team.
It's not a good matchup for the Bucks because this is one of those, Bucks here at age disadvantage. They're older, and this is a young team that can play good, playing fast. Not everybody can, like the Wizards, they play fast but play horrible, but this team can play good, playing fast.
Correct. We'll see if, they are a younger team. Milwaukee does have the experience advantage, but we'll see how it shakes out. I'm not surprised at all to see Indiana favored here. I actually like them here in game 1.
All right, and of course we're waiting to see who the Thunder opponent's going to be, as they will be playing the winner of Sacramento and the Pelicans game. So you got to figure the Thunder is a sizable favorite, but I think the Kings could be competitive in this one if they're the winners. And what are your thoughts if it's Pelicans Thunder or Kings Thunder?
I think whoever it is, it's going to be slightly competitive. A lot of people are writing off the Thunder, though. Like, I don't know why that is happening. Like, they just act like the Thunder are not the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. These boys be hooping. And I like them over whoever it is. That injury to Zion is huge. It's humongous. And I've said about the Pelicans the last 2-3 years. When healthy, they're one of the best teams in the league. But when are they ever healthy? Never. So they're the Pelicans. And that's just what it is with them. And then the Kings, I'd probably like the Kings in that game against the Pelicans. But the Kings, you just never know what they're going to show. Which Kings team is going to show up on a night-to-night basis? They can show up and look really good like they did against the Warriors, but there's also nights where you're like, bro, this team is terrible.
Yeah, because you can count on Fox, you can count on Sabonis. Monk's a big miss because you could count on him, but the other guys like Barnes and Keegan Murray, you can't count on those guys a lot. They disappear.
Nah, you're right. You're right. And like Keon Ellis, he was huge in that play-in game. They're going to need those guys to continue to step up because the Thunder are deep. And the Thunder are, they play really well together. They're not just a one-trick pony with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander either. I think Jalen Williams is probably my most underrated player in the NBA. I really do. I really think he's the most underrated player in the NBA. He is really, really good. And I think because of the season that Victor Wembanyama had, the season that Chet Holmgren had has drastically been diminished, or at least overshadowed is what I should say. This is a guy who took a team that was the 8th seed last year. 8th seed? I think they were the 8th seed last year, or playing team last season, and plugged him in, and they're the 1st seed. Of course, they have some really other good pieces around there, but he's one of them. I like the Thunder a lot, man. I like the Thunder a lot. If they win this series, I think they match up with my Mavs next round, so it'll be really.
It'll be interesting to see when they make the line here, whether it's Pelicans Thunder or Kings Thunder. The Thunder will be favored. I'm wondering what's it going to be, 4.5? Is it going to be that 5 number? Where's it going to sit at? Do you think it'd be higher? So we'll see how that rolls here. But we'll talk about that on the weekend. We'll know those matchups here on Saturday. Well, remember, guys, tune in to the weekend shows. We'll have coverage of these games on Sunday. We'll talk a little bit about the Saturday games again tomorrow here on the show. But since Jay covered the Mavericks tonight, the Mavericks were a Sunday game, we went through the Sunday games. And we'll have more coverage tomorrow here on the drive-thru because we're not on the weekends. So we can talk about these games, right? No doubt. All right, Jay, limited card tonight. We got the Mavs to win series with Jay minus 130, his show pick. All right, Jay, let's talk about pick dogs for tonight's action. Limited card, 1 on the board from Major League Baseball, NBA with the day off, 6 on the ice. Jay enjoying a great NBA season. We're on the eve of a lot of basketball starting tomorrow. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Tonight, I have nothing. I had one play today. We cashed in my MLB play of the day with my Texas Rangers. It was a sweat. Boy, was it a sweat. But they did get it done 9-7. Fun, entertaining basketball game. Shout out to them. So looking to hit that play tomorrow. On deck tomorrow, like Tony T said, we got some NBA action. We got a huge Major League Baseball card. NHL playoffs on the horizon. We're in the NBA playoffs. MLB every single day. Hop on something long term and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books, or pair me up with one of the guys right here, man, and let's make some money here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Got on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the good results in the NBA. No better time than now to get on the long-term pass. Remember that 38 pass will get you the first 2 rounds of the NBA playoffs. And as well as baseball. And Jay, with his stars in there, he'll find some plays in there from the Ices too. NHL playoffs, he's involved then. So get on board. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. But Jay, you have that all access for those big bettors.
Yes, I do. You guys can join my all access club if you're looking to, kind of press a little bit here in the NBA playoffs. Now, this is something that we're going to offer, for a couple of years. So it's not just, for right now for the playoffs. Like, this is going to be, we're offering it next season too. So this is a long-term investment. I'm just telling you, we're in the playoffs right now. So that's why I'm discussing it. If you want to press in the playoffs, try to make some life-changing money, you can join the All Access Club. It's a pretty high ticket to join. But the reason being is we're just trying to make sure that you can handle the volume of betting the NBA fairly big nightly. So if you think that's something for you, you should text the number 775-636-7674. It's my guy Costi. We'll figure out a time to talk, figure out the packages for you.
That's right, guys. Make the call or text and get on board with Jay Briggs. Yeah, Jay, your Stars are the number 1 seed. I think our Kings are going to play you in the first round. All right, Jay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Ready to roll. You'll sweep them in 4. All right, Jay. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you again on the show tomorrow.
Thank you, Tony T. See you tomorrow, my man.
Yeah, Jay Briggs here on the drive. So let's continue on here on the show. Up next, we're going to go ahead and welcome in Wayne Scott. We're going to talk some Eastern Conference playoffs with Wayne. You catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. So bring Wayne in right now. We're going to get We're going to get a series pick from Wayne. You can probably figure which team it's going to be. Let's bring Wayne in right now. I think we'll be set to roll here on the show. Wayne, what's happening? Oh, we might have lost Wayne. I know he was having some coverage issue with his internet. He's on. Let's see if I get any emails from these guys. wait here on Wayne. Wayne, where are you, Mr. Wayne? Let's see, let's see here. Any news from Wayne? No, I don't have any news from Wayne. All right. I think he just ran out of coverage. I think his coverage have issues there. But anyway, he told me he may come on tomorrow, so we can talk to him tomorrow about this game. But we're just going to give it to you here. All right, so Wayne out. Doesn't have a coverage right now, so let's continue here on the drive-through. Somebody's asking me about a question about the makeup game and the double between. All I got to tell you guys, all these sports books have rules, and you just have to look at the rules and follow them. I can't stress that these things have come up so many times in these weird situations when games get canceled, or if you bet a run line and the game rains out or is canceled after a certain amount of innings, some books will pay you, some won't. You have to go and read the terms and the sportsbook rules. Believe it or not, a lot of sportsbook rules differ. So you have to go in there and look at the rules. I mean, I can't give an opinion unless I see the rules. If the rules specifically say something, that's the rules. So, and I know a lot of frustrations for sportsbook managers have been when players come up here and dispute something, fear they're being wrong, but the rules are clearly written on the board, and and the book manager says here are the rules, and they don't want, and the player won't accept it. So that's really where it comes down to, is you got to know the rules going in, and that's all I can help you there with, my man. You can ask me a question about this. I got to see the sportsbook rules, and if I interpret it, because I know what these sportsbook managers' positions are. There's a lot of these little gray areas, but they seem to plug up pretty good in their rules. So be sure to look at the rules that are listed at the book, and that will probably be the answer. I can't answer your question specifically. I don't know what book it is. I don't have the rules in front of me to look it up. But again, you got to do your due diligence and find the rules out. See how they handle those situations, because it'll save yourself a lot of stress moving forward. But yeah, I know there's a lot of gray areas in betting, you just got to rely on the book. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Let's get to my game, and then we're going to get to the recap here. So let's get to my game right now. We're going to go back to this Clipper game. Very similar tone to what we had yesterday. I've seen a lot of NBA playoff games, and I really kind of know what the intensity is when we start these series off. And when we get later in the series, it goes a certain way, but early in the series, it goes another way. We're going to go back to this, not to this game. Let's go ahead and move the chains back. We're going to go back to that Sunday game from the NBA. Got an early bet on this one. I'm going to share it with you here. Here it is, Clippers and the Mavericks going head-to-head here in this one. And I've got to move up this pick here. And I'm going to go here, again, like yesterday. I was on the over in Lakers-Denver game one. I'm going to be over here, Mavericks and Clippers in game number one, mainly because you just don't get that defensive intensity in game one of an NBA playoff. You really get a lot of space on the court to operate, and then as we go deeper into the series, that's when the coaches start to really tighten the defense. They have more tape on you. The players have a really good read on their opponent, and that's where the adjustments come in. And I think that's where that's where you'll start to see. Matter of fact, you'll start to see the totals go down as we go deeper into the series. But this one, I'm going to go over 223.5. You've got rest on both sides, right? So I think you're going to have some teams with energy coming in. And, of course, you'll see some offense in this one. Remember, Kawhi's situation is still in question. But, again, Kawhi helps the Clippers a lot defensively. If he's not at full strength defensively, then that's going to make it easier for the Mavericks to get their points. Instead of trying to, and I don't, looking at the spread-wise. But, again, it's just I like to bet under early. I like to bet over early in a playoff series, under late in the series. That's the kind of things that I like to do here. So I'm going to go over here in game one, expecting a lot of space on the court for the offense to operate. And then as these players sit in meetings and they go through the tape, and of course, this is when you really get the micromanaging, right? Is when the coaches and players are locked in on strategy, they're locked in on tape, they're looking at tape, because they're going to see their opponent several times here. And I think this is when everybody's really, really focused on defense. And that's why you see the defensive intensity pick up as the series moves forward. When here's the tape from last game. Let's go break it down. You have that day off in between games. So what do they do? Yeah, you might have a shoot around, but then you have your film study. And then boom, your film is on the board for everyone to see. and general managers sometimes are in attendance, owners are in attendance sometimes. Just wanted to make sure that, see that they take it, how the coaching staff is working through it, see if the players are serious. Hey, this guy's under contract. This person's a free agent. Do we really want to sign this guy? How locked in is he? What's his dedication like? There's a lot of things that go in the room here during these film sessions that these coaches and general managers can get a really good read on some of these players based on their dedication, whether or not they want to sign them again. So a lot of these things in between, that go on behind the scenes. But again, here I like over here early in this one, over 223.5. Mavericks Clippers game number 1. Also like that for the Lakers and Denver game 1 over as well. All right, guys, check out Pick.com. We got a best bet on the board tonight here from Major League Baseball. You can get on board with my long-term pass, my 3-7 or 30 sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that time period. Just like when you go to my handicapper page, you make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. It'll save you that 15% off. And of course, you can do the 2-for-1 cap promotion, making it even a greater value there. All right, just note that this Mavericks Clipper game will be played on Sunday. Now, do I have a time for you guys in that game? I don't know if they set the times yet, but we know the matchup. Let me see if we got a time. Nope. We don't know the time yet. So let me see. Do we? Nope. No time yet on this game, but it'll be Sunday for Mavericks and the Clippers. All right, guys, let's get to the recap here, and we'll get started here in just a second. Here, recap the games. All right, we had Alex was on the Diamondbacks plus 139 against the Giants. Big up McMordie like that Bulls Heat under 209.5. Tony Brown, VGK puck line, laid the goal in half, minus 144 against the Ducks. Mills was on Haney by KO, plus 170 against Garcia. Jay was on Mavericks to win series, minus 130 against Clippers. Wayne liked the Magic to win their series, plus 165 against the Cavs. As you know, I was on the Mavericks Clippers over 223, game 1 here on Sunday. Which one do I like the most? That's a good question here, right? I think VGK gets it done against the Ducks. I think more so, as Tony Brown said, they knocked out the Oilers last year, and also too, it is the fan appreciation night. The Ducks are just wingless at this point, not looking good. All right, guys, that's going to do it here. You guys have this is the time where you guys put in your show picks. So put your show picks into the chat, and we'll go over them here as we sign off for the show momentarily. And the chat pick of the day will come back again tomorrow. Just haven't had enough volume on these boards to give you guys a chat pick of the day. So the NHL games, other than the Vegas game, pretty much meaningless. And we had one game which was covered actually both games were covered pretty much, right? The Vegas game and the baseball game today. The Miami game and Cubs were rained out, so we had no chat pick of the day. We'll bring the chat pick again tomorrow. So you guys, now's the time to put in your show pick into the live chat, and we'll read it out. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow. We are live at 6 Eastern time. We'll have more volume, right? We got that 15-game card from Major League Baseball. Unless there's a 16th game, I don't know how the Marlins and Cubs are going to do with that makeup date, but we'll keep an eye on that. Also, we'll have hockey will be done, right? We'll wait till we'll have a day off in hockey tomorrow, but we'll also have 2 NBA play-in games, so we have some content to go over tomorrow. So big baseball and some NBA play-in games coverage for you here on the Drive-Thru. Remember to always get started here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with that morning show. We got Jay, we got Chris, we got Mitch. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. We got his betting tools show, his roundtable discussions with the professionals, Jay's jam session, a pick from every game from the NBA, Around the League with Chris. That's his video series as well. We got Wayne with his boxing video series, Millz Prop Shop up on the board, as well as his UFC rundown, Big Eye McMordie going all access. Of course, Ron Romnelli with his baseball rundown for you, Major League Baseball, pick from these games. And of course, we got the nice parlay videos here, the shorts from Javon, and of course the Nerfy Yurfy from Brad Francis, just to name a few. Costly with his sharp training plays, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications, be alerted when these videos drop, when you set your notifications. All right, that's going to do it here. Let's go ahead and get your chat show pick for today. I'll read them off here you right now. All right, Bo likes Vegas Golden Knights and Anaheim over 6 goals. He likes that one there. Let's see what else we have here from your show picks, guys. So get those show picks in right now. I think we got one there from Bo. It's a short card, I realize that, so we may not have as many today as we usually do. Lando 86, Vegas Golden Knight, first period team total over 1.5. I like that one a lot. I think this could be 3-0 after one, to be honest with you. And I think the Kings would appreciate that too. So again, Lando 86, Vegas Golden Knights first period team total over 1.5 goals plus 178. I think that's a damn good price right there. From our man Lando 86. What else do we have here? Okay, so Caesar coming in. Cubs Marlins will be a doubleheader on Saturday. So that's what he has there. Thank you for Caesar for that information. Steven here, Nerfy, Arizona, and San Francisco. No run first inning from Steven, San Francisco, and Arizona tonight. All right, let's see if we have any more coming up here from the guys with your show picks. It'll be your last call before we sign out. Let me see what we have. Vicky Wetzel likes Arizona money line. She's putting 2 units on there from Vicky. Can't argue that one. Vicky also Heat money line, Sacktown -3.5 alternate spread. She likes that as well. So more content here from her. Let's see what else we have here. If there's any more content, let me see here. Let's see here. Las Vegas. Okay, Diamondbacks here from LA Drip. That's a little bit too much there. 2 minutes runs there, plus 2.5 runs. What else we've got here? I think we got everybody covered here. And winning wager tallying here on the Nerfy as well. Agreeing there in that one. All right, let's see. I think we got it all set. All right, we got through the show, guys. That's going to do it. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow. Let's bring in our crew from tonight. And we're going to wave goodbye, guys. You guys have a